Coming up, we'll hear about memories made, friendships forged, and lessons learned with one last trip on the lake. This is Transformative Travels, Exploring Kentucky. Funding for this program brought to you in part by
Plated Up provides recipes to put a new twist on Kentucky Proud foods. Plated Up Kentucky Proud is a partnership project between the Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service, the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, and the UK Department of Dietetics and Human Nutrition.
Connect with your creativity. A visit to Paducah.travel could get you a trip to Paducah.
University of Kentucky's Department of Retailing and Tourism Management, which offers undergraduate and graduate degrees, both face-to-face and online options, in the fields of hospitality, management and tourism, and merchandising, apparel, and textiles.
The start of our final day means it's time to pack up our gear and load the bus.
I like your little thing though.
Before heading home, we have a little fun at the Kentucky Dam Marina at the state park.
Good morning, it's Friday, it's day 6, and the theme of the day is fun. So, the most fun thing, some water.
It's the last day. We're at a marina. We're at the marina, about to get on the water.
Before we go out on the water, we take some time to reflect on our experiences.
It was a crazy week, crazy good. In terms of logistics, which is a big part of travel planning, things went very well.
I don't want to go. I don't want this week to be over. I'm really sad that I have to leave the girls, and I'm sad I have to leave the whole group. I'm sad I have to leave Western Kentucky.
Well, first I'm really sad because I don't want it to end, but I'm really happy that I got to be a part of this opportunity because I've learned so much about Western Kentucky and the businesses here and the tourism here, and it just makes me excited about my future because I'm so inspired.
I think all of my expectations were exceeded, and just not even exceeded, but like I just had no idea what this really had in store for me. But this has honestly been one of the more impactful trips I've ever been on in my entire life. It was the people, it was the places, it was the towns, it was the communities, it was really just every little thing just really coming together to make something amazing.
We went to a lot of cool places. It was fun. We learned a lot of history. I wish we'd had more time at some places.
I don't think I've ever had more fun in a week, and I don't think I've ever not expected to have this much fun. It was an experience that I'll never forget. You know, I'm from Kentucky, and I thought I knew everything, and here I am, like, learning something new every single day, and it's an amazing feeling to be with not only people that you've just met, that you immediately fall in love with, but also being in these towns that you've never met and you immediately fall in love with.
I've been very fortunate in my life, but by the time I turned 29, I'd visited all 50 states in the country. Western Kentucky is a special place. The people are wonderful, the locations, the natural landscape is fascinating. It's a wonderful place to visit.
I really loved just going in and trying to be a local wherever we were. Just getting to meet a lot of genuine, passionate people who are so proud of what they're producing and what they're doing, and just being accepted by them and their community. I think that's the way that I always want to travel from now on, is fewer of the like stereotypical touristy things, or maybe doing the touristy things but really like digging in deep and getting to know people.
There is so much to see and to do and to appreciate in these like little towns, and there's so much like love, I guess, in there, and that goes a long way. You become one of the locals, and it's just such a nice feeling.
I'm probably gonna carry Western Kentucky with me forever. I did my first zip lining, rappelling, fish gutting, kayaking.
Although it's really close to home, it's experiences I would have never had otherwise. All the people that we came across, I'm gonna think about forever. That's gonna be like my inspiration.
Before, when we're at home, we never thought about coming out to West Kentucky, because I've been in Lexington for like a year and a half or even more than that. And this is actually the first time I actually travel with like understanding the real culture of this place. Because before, when I was traveling back home, I understand everything. I know what is going on. I know the history. I know the background. And this time is going in like without knowing anything, without knowing the contact and everything.
I never ever would have come to these places on my own. Like I never even had heard of some of these places, and they're places that like hold a special place in my heart, and this trip really just opened my mind to a bunch of new things.
There's just so many hidden gems everywhere. Like, as you go along, I never expected to have the emotional response I did at Betty's hotel that she was talking to us about. Like, she sang with us, and that was such like a deep moment. Just the stories, I didn't expect it to be so welcoming, I guess. I expected to be an outsider, kind of like looking at everything from the outside, but now that we're actually here, it's just like, it feels like we've been here a lot longer.
Even though I'm from Kentucky, I've never really been to Western Kentucky, so I experienced a lot of these new things with the girls at the same time. When I watched how they reacted with such wonder at the agricultural side, that's my industry, so it wasn't quite so surprising to me, but to see it from their perspectives was really great for me, because I can see how someone who isn't exposed to it would understand or not understand, and what I can do to impact that in the future. Because without passionate people, these places are just places, and these industries are just industries. But when you're able to really break down those barriers and connect people to people, and to learn about it that way, I think that's what really makes this experience magical and transformative.
I think that I've been transformed. I know yesterday we talked a lot about inspiration, and that was a big thing that I thought about since then. Just inspiration was definitely a way that I was transformed. I've just found more inspiration in other people, and that definitely like reflected onto me, and I want to be able to inspire others too.
I don't know, I feel like I'm more willing to do stuff that I normally don't do, because I went on a trip with people I normally don't hang out with. I did things that is out of my comfort zone, and I feel like I was living in this little box, and now like the box is open and I can do like whatever.
My challenge was being able to like slow down and just be in the moment and appreciate, because I find I'm always looking at the next step. I'm always living in the future and thinking, where am I going to be? What's my next course of study? How can I apply this to my future life? But sometimes it was great to just like slow down, take a breath, and take in what's around you. And that's something that's really hard for me, and something I want to like continue to apply.
The whole idea of transforming through these travels, I've never transformed before because I've never had the guidance to stop and to look. And I really hope that anyone who's watching this really feels like connected to us in a way that they want to go. And then when they go to these small towns, whether it be in Kentucky or anywhere else, that they stop and they look and they listen.
The word that keeps coming up from this week with me is intention. Like, I want to intentionally go out there and meet people and hear their stories and just appreciate.
I think in my job as a college professor, I've learned a lot this week. So dealing with the students in an environment that is not our normal environment, I think I'm going to be a better college professor because of the travel experience that I had with them. I also think having these conversations that we did have each evening, I feel more positive about the future in terms of our society and our world.
I don't know, I felt like a bolder version of myself on this trip. Just like everything was possible. I didn't hold back anything. Now I just want to be more eccentric, more out there. I want to make my life louder, I guess. I want to be a part of something and actually make a difference, be as passionate as some of these people.
I think the most transformative thing about this is just like my mindset and being a little bit more open to experiences and people, and just I was enjoying things that I had no clue that I would enjoy. I didn't think I would have fun at a fishery. I didn't think that I would have like a great time, just like horseback riding and just like all these different things.
I wanted them to be open-minded and aware of their experiences and their surroundings while we moved through Western Kentucky. So while we were traveling, be open-minded. Think about new things that you haven't done or you haven't seen or you haven't experienced. So those new perspectives, I was hoping that they would challenge themselves and try new things that they maybe hadn't had the opportunity to do before. Amani, for example, I don't like horseback riding. Have you ever tried it? No, it's not my thing. Well, let me try it. She did. Now she says she wants to own a horse farm. So trying new things is important, but often in our daily lives we don't get the opportunity to try new things if we don't make an effort to do that. And through traveling, we have to entertain ourselves while we're taking part in our vacation or business travel or anything. We have a lot of time that we want to fill. Whatever opportunity you come across, seize it, take advantage of it, because you'll take a lot away from it, and there is that chance you might not ever get that opportunity to hold a chicken or milk a cow.
I think a lot of people found that going out of their comfort zone was more of a benefit than there were like disadvantages to doing it, for sure. So just get out there, and you never know really what could happen.
What I'm going to keep with me is definitely trying rappelling and horseback riding for the first time, because I knew I was like really nervous, but with the help of the girls and all the encouragement, I got to do it, and now like I feel like I can do more stuff since I conquered my fear with that. It makes me like motivated to do other stuff like skydiving or something bigger than that now.
While I had some amazing touching experiences, I will never forget Kenny's Cheese Farm. It was not touching in any way, but it touched me in a certain way because I love cheese making, and it's like always been my passion and my dream to watch cheese making in action. And then not only did I do that, but I also got to make cheese, and it was amazing.
I love watching people grow and transform. That's why I'm in education. So the thing that sticks out to me most was actually on the very first day. It was the girls are feeling each other out, feeling out the situation, and you could tell everyone was kind of holding back a little bit. And during the rappelling, Amani yelled, "Wendy girl, don't leave me," when she was coming down and was terrified. But at that moment, everyone laughed, and I just feel like it was the break. That was the point where the entire week began to happen. That'll stick with me for quite a while.
During rappelling, Amani was like, "Wendy, don't leave me." It was our first day, and then she was like, "Don't leave me." I think that is something for me, because we get so close over time. Like only in 6 days. It's incredible.
Coming into this, I was really, really nervous because I wasn't sure like who I was going to be around. Putting myself into like a situation of 10 strangers. As soon as we got out of the car, like we were all bonding over our suitcases, and whose was the biggest. Mine was.
I've grown up with boys all my life. I was a tomboy from the beginning, and just to be thrown in a situation with about 10 girls and just like being forced to just live with them and have to kind of interact every second of the day. But now we're so close, and we're just like a family, and that just is amazing. I feel like travel brings you together. It just made me stronger. I feel like now I'm more open to like new opportunities and new things. They push me to do things that people I've known my whole entire life that haven't even got me to do.
While I don't think we all immediately clicked when we first met months ago. I think that now we're good friends and we're happy to have been on this trip together. And I'm sorry if I annoyed anybody.
I don't know, it's just weird to see me traveling with a bunch of like girls, like local girls here. I mean, they make it happen. Like, they were so nice around me, and then they take me in, so I'm glad to be here.
I have been on trips with bigger groups, and sometimes I feel like who I am, I guess, gets lost in translation, and sometimes I'm bad at actually portraying who I am, and this trip, for whatever reason, really kind of pushed me to like be the best version of myself and be a version of myself that maybe I didn't even know was in me.
All the people I've met here, they're so different than me, like extremely different. And they come from all over the world. And we just get each other on a level we did not think we would, like day one of class. They like have just told me things about myself that I didn't realize. And they've helped me become more aware of like who I am. They all said something about being a leader, like I was taking charge in like certain activities, or I was helping them do certain activities, like Andrea with milking the cow. Imani said something at the escape games, and Leanne said something about the fish, and she was like, oh, they all were kind of like, you took charge, like I wouldn't have done this if it wasn't for you. And I think I'm gonna be able to like act more on it now that I'm aware of it. And so this really showed me that like you can be with 9 completely different people and have better experiences than you would ever have with people just like you, because they like challenge you to think differently. They challenge you to like see things differently.
I think that everybody should travel with at least a group of people that they don't know very well, if at all, and that'll kind of help to open your horizons a little bit.
Yeah, I could say so much about this trip. It's been so crazy, I don't really want it to end, really.
I think I'll always remember the friendships and relationships that I made, and I'll continue to like remind myself of the importance of being open to new experience and of making the most of each moment, and how great it is to travel with other people and bond with them throughout it, because it really, like, you're all vulnerable at the same time, you're all trying new things, and it's just a great way to open up, to like tear down those walls and get to know people better.
I just want to say every single part of it has been a huge joy. I mean, I've made friends, I hope and think, for life. We have plans to go visit Andrea in New York over the summer. Like, I'm going to a festival with Bree. Like, we are so excited to just like keep this relationship going and foster it. And I think that alone has just made me a more open and a better person. I'd like to thank each girl and each cast and crew member, and of course Dr. Jason, for all of that and bringing us together in a way that we would never have met before.
My parting words for the students would be to think about what we did this week and the impact that it had, but it's a small portion of what you should be doing in terms of traveling with your life. So life doesn't stop when you turn 30. You still have opportunities to live and travel and go places. It's not just one travel experience that's transformative, it's travel over your lifetime.
Are you excited with me?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I am too. I've never done anything like this.
Captain's always the last one to go to be saved, so. Dear Mom and Dad, it's day 46. Been out here for a while now. Day 48, the Asian carp took my leg. Day 53, these GoPros have a really long battery life. Day 65, found a buddy.
Hi.
Her name's Hannah.
Hannah, don't go too far. You can never get back. Get over here, please! Dr. Jason! You're going, how are you going back? That's where I want to go!
Okay, they finally come to rescue me.
I said, Leah, Arizona, come back, help me.
And I turned the camera off when I did it, and it has been 55 minutes.
You didn't know it. I said, help me. You go, we're gonna go back to Amani. 55 minutes I've been here.
So we're gonna come visit you in New York.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we are. Seriously, we'll keep you updated.
Blast.
After a fun and memorable week, we say our goodbyes, at least for now.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna hang out, right? Bye.
See you in class.
fucking kill it.
This is what I look like on laundry day.
It's all fun and games until someone gets speared.
Who did that?
Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Come at me, bro.
This is duck twerk.
This Mississippi River's making me thirsty.
Truly. I came to the conclusion that I'm mortified to fish.
It's a trolley.
It's all gone. All gone. Let me tell you. Let me clean this up right here.
I totally forgot. Played it up. Okay, I'm starting over. This is so corny. I'm fine.
I know. It's great.
Was it?
So here we are doing one of our favorite activities, sitting in some grass.
God bless Wendy and Google Maps.
I've never been late in my life.
I'm so sorry that you have to watch this.
So they said don't drop the cheese, and then Arizona said
Don't cut the cheese.
And
As
then-
long as you don't cut the cheese. And then I said, ah, fart.
and then we all went
Because we are 12 years old.
Funding for this program brought to you in part by
University of Kentucky's Department of Retailing and Tourism Management, which offers undergraduate and graduate degrees, both face-to-face and online options, in the fields of hospitality, management and tourism, and merchandising, apparel, and textiles.
Family and Consumer Sciences Extension at the University of Kentucky. Our agents share research knowledge with individuals, families, and communities to improve quality of life. Building strong families, building Kentucky. It starts with us.
From traditional labs and research farms to high-tech diagnostic and research centers, we offer science-based practical solutions that impact the everyday lives of Kentuckians and people around the world. It starts with us.